do I have an interview today? I have an interview today? Oh my God.
What's up?
What's up? How's it going, bro? Good to see you. Good to see you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 25th or 26th episode of the Adam Lou Show. Who knows? I'm here with Dallas Rose. Dallas Rose, how's it going?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good.
Good to be here.
And first question, because you're a podcaster.
Yeah.
You are the host of the podcast. It has the V,
The podcast.
the A.
The podcast, yeah, is what we call it for fun.
What's up? Oh, no, a little interruption, but my question was, who has the best podcast in Boston, in your opinion?
Me and Fame.
What? Whoa. Francina, do you hear this right now? This guy's saying that they have a better podcast in Boston right now, bro. They come into, I'm just kidding. No, I fuck with that. No, I think you guys have a great podcast. I support it. It's very raw. It's like you just uncut, and I like the guests, and it's very fun. So
Thanks,
yeah,
man. Yeah, it's easier to do it that way.
Yeah,
because we don't have to deal with editing or anything like that after the fact. It's just done when we finish the show.
No, I like it. And
you're up on YouTube, all that.
It's up in Norwood, right?
Yeah, my studio. Yeah.
Yeah, and so why did you start the podcast in the beginning?
Because me and Fame finished a session one day, and we were just hanging out, and she was like, "I want to start a podcast."
Yeah.
And I was like, "All right, hang on a second." And then 5 minutes later, we started the first episode.
Oh, nice.
And then, we've been doing it every week since, basically.
And you have a lot of hip hop artists, like entrepreneurs on, that type of thing,
Yeah, it's mostly hip hop artists. Sometimes some other shit, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, you came into the Adam Lou Show's territory, and you said you had the best podcast. I had to grant you diplomatic immunity to come in here, man. you didn't even know, bro. People were watching. People were I have spies everywhere. People were like, "Oh, Dallas is here." I'm like, guys, it's okay. It's okay. I'm interviewing him today. So I'm just saying, okay, Dallas. Okay? You might need to watch it after the show. I can't protect you after the show. You know what I'm saying?
I'm good everywhere I go.
It gets dangerous in Melrose, Massachusetts. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. Okay, but in all seriousness, no, I like the podcast.
Thank you very much,
and I support.
Man. It's a lot of fun.
If everyone says Boston's crabs in a barrel, it's very competitive. So I try not to be competitive in everything. You know what I'm saying? So,
no, I'm the same way. I'm always preaching oh man, community. Let's all work together and such shit. But then I always catch myself man, fuck it. Look what we're doing over here though. All this type of shit.
No, me too. It's hard not to be, but you gave me good advice with A10 Mini Pro and stuff like that. So I do appreciate that, and it's working out. Stuff.
We're human beings, right? So we're built to be competitive.
Yep.
That's how we evolve.
Yep.
So it's always just a battle against that,
In our space, it's very competitive. There's a lot of artists, there's a lot of photographers, there's music producers and stuff like that. It's hard to stick out, and it's hard to get clients, and it's just hard to stick out. It's very competitive, so it's hard not to be competitive. But you, in the end, I think it's best to work together on things and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I think the key thing as far as all that goes is to really to not try to compete to be the best, but to try to be the most different.
Yeah. Okay.
And try to make your own thing.
Okay.
Because if you're just trying to compete at what everybody else is doing and have the lowest price or whatever it is, you're always getting undercut, or somebody's always going to beat you out. And it's just there's too many things. So you got to go to the blue ocean. You got to try to make something different.
And how do you try to be different?
In what sense? Because there's music and podcasts.
Music in terms of your music, in terms of high street. How do you try to make that different?
Well, I think, it starts with the sound, right? Us as producers, we don't tend to do too many type beats, that really sound like everything else. We definitely, love the trends and stuff like that, and use them as influences. But I think all of us have a pretty unique sound as producers.
Yeah.
And that kind of, sets the vibe for the songs. We definitely look for artists that are bringing something new, whether it's to have a unique voice or a unique cadence or something, or some type of brand, something different. And then I think the way that we operate is pretty different too. We're we do the typical studio thing where people can come and rent time and buy beats and all that type of stuff. But we've always the real core model has always been to try to find artists that we really like and partner with them, and not make them pay upfront fees, and just split everything that we make together, split the royalties on it.
You turn it into a partnership type of thing.
Yeah. I kind of think of it as a reverse label.
Okay.
Where labels typically provide resource or give artists money, right?
Yeah.
Just give them a bunch of money and they say, all right, make your album, make your videos, all this shit. Here's your advance.
Okay.
Right. So we provide resources,
Okay.
right? Like beats, engineering,
Video, right?
whatever, right? Kind of everything, marketing and whatever the artist needs. And then the artist just needs to be able to put up some money for that stuff.
Ah.
You know what I mean? So like the newest thing that we started doing is with certain artists that we select and have that type of relationship with, we say, all right, I won't charge you for studio time, but take that same money that you would have paid me and put it on an ad budget.
So it helps both of you.
Right.
I see.
Right.
I see.
And we say, if you do that, we also won't charge you for the beats. We'll just split the royalties in half.
So it would be the same thing for a video. So like, I won't charge you for this video, but like maybe put that money towards like marketing the video.
Videos are so much work, and the video creator doesn't have a cut of any real royalties. That you can't quite do it that way. So what we do for videos is we cut the price in half if the video goes on our channel.
Oh,
so we get that
I
asset
see.
For a discounted price.
So it's like you get the publishing rights for it, and then you cut that.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, it's I'm trying to build the YouTube channel, right? Where we do the live streams, we do the podcast, and then we have our music videos for the songs that we're creating. So I like to have those videos on the channel.
Okay.
So there's an advantage there for me. So I give the discount to the artists if they give it up like that.
And you have more subscribers. Yeah, and it brings people to your channel. That makes a lot of sense. Okay,
yeah, I really want High Street to be like a different brand and a different type of place than anybody's ever seen.
So it's kind of like a record. So it's like you kind of manage artists and stuff like that. Is that like what is High Street? It's like what is
how would I define it?
Yeah, how would you define it?
I mean, usually like the phrase I use is as a production label.
Okay.
Because what it really is we're a group of producers and engineers.
Okay.
And then we partner with different artists.
Okay. And who is the group?
It's me and Jerry L founded it. And then JRZ, a guy named Jensen from Connecticut. DJ Sid, El Sid's pretty close with us. Another dude, Easy Beats, Hawks Beats. This dude in London, Slummer, is throwing some beats in.
London, oh my god.
Yeah, I met him online.
Was it on Tinder?
No. Okay. Tinder's only your local area.
Little joke there. That's true.
Yeah. And then we have a great mastering engineer named Gene Williams.
Okay. So it's a group of you, and you guys it's helping the artists with the marketing, the videos and stuff like that, and beats, and giving them resources and all that. Yeah.
With the marketing, we have like a digital ad agency contracted. I pay their labor, so that again, all the artist has to do is just put up the ad budget.
So the digital ad agency, does that help you like in terms of like ranking in the algorithm and getting more views and stuff?
They essentially just configure and run the ad campaigns. So I don't know how familiar you are with that world, but on Google ads via YouTube or Facebook ads via Instagram, you can run these ad campaigns in different places, like before your YouTube video comes on, or when you're browsing stories, or when you're scrolling the news feed, and there's all types of layers of complexity there.
Wow.
So it's a whole job, and so like for a while we were just doing the thing where we split stuff with these artists, and like we were talking about, right? It's really hard to compete. It's really hard to get noticed. Like, so you have to be able to market.
Yeah.
But it's a pretty lofty expectation to expect a lot of these young guys to know how to go set up Facebook ads.
Yeah.
Right.
I got you.
So I really wanted them to do that, and I really wanted to be doing that. So yeah, I went and found this little company called Oddly Simple. They're a couple guys. They're great.
Yeah.
And so they're ready to go. So it's essentially whenever the artists are ready to jump in and run some ads, they don't have to figure it all out.
It's like you can take care. Yeah.
They just, here's the money.
Oh. That's really cool. That's like a very interesting business model, like different and stuff like that. I like that.
We'll see if it works, but yeah.
So what has it worked? How have the results been so far? What difficulties have you found?
So one of the hardest thing is to get an ad that really catches and goes, right? We've had a couple songs, one song with really good success from an ad.
Okay, which one?
It was called "Run in the Bag." It's so we released singles as High Street also.
Yeah.
And so that was one of the High Street singles with featuring La JQ, Lucas Chaunch, and OTA Lay.
Okay, yep.
Three guys that I work with a lot. It's a great song, super catchy. We did a fun little video for it where they were on a track and stuff like that. And so that one, just for whatever reason of targeting and the content, it just worked well as an ad. So we were able to kind of just run it up, on streaming. And that was exciting. And this is kind of a new model for us. We've only been really doing this year. And there's a lot of testing involved and stuff like that. But that's the hardest part. is to get a good, viable ad, especially because that's another space that's becoming very, very competitive now. There's a lot of people doing it and shit. A couple of years ago, it was easier to get noticed, but yeah, so that's been the tough thing, and just coming up with the right content and the right song, and getting it done. And a lot of people are kind of antsy about it. They're not sure if they want to spend their money like that and stuff. So
and if I get this wrong, you're like kind of selective about which artists you guys choose to work with.
Yeah.
So you guys. So what do you look for in like artists that you choose to work with, like talent, or like also that they want to reciprocate?
I mean, I think the first thing is just really the vibe in the room.
Yeah.
Like if I'm going to work with somebody a lot, I need to enjoy being around them.
Yeah.
So that's what it starts with, and it needs to be, and then right after that, and maybe even before that, we need to be creatively inspired by each other.
Okay.
I need to hear them jump on the beats and be like, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And they need to hear our beats and jump off the couch like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's the core of the whole thing.
Okay.
It's that excitement, where you love what you're making together, because that's the most fun thing in music. Like I'm a drummer, I used to always play in bands and rock bands and everything like that. So that's the world I come from when it comes to music, so I'm not really even used to this whole thing of like, oh, take my beat and go make a song. Like I look at it as like, we're going to sit down and make a song together, and put it out together. That's my frame. You know what I mean? So, so I want that first. Is like that like, let's do this together. Like I really enjoy this with you,
Yeah.
And then of course, then you got, talent and star potential, because if we're basing everything on royalties, then like the person has to have some real potential to move the music.
Yeah,
and become somebody, you know what I mean? So,
and if you're going to split them, like it's got to be worth it. Like it's
otherwise we're just dicking around.
So every artist that you see it's kind of like an investment, right? It's like,
huge time investment. Huge time investment.
Like you spend some time, but like there's also like the chance that they blow up and then bam, like you spend the royalties, then you're all on.
Yeah.
So that'd be the goal. Like, so it's like maybe like, so a lot of these independent artists, like maybe not all of them will blow up, but maybe you just, you get a bunch and then one of them blows up and then bang.
Well, I mean, it's a lot like Nico and Hustle Killer, right? Like I want to help to build a scene here.
Yeah.
And I want to make something happen in Boston, like for the whole city.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think, right, the way that it could really work is if one of them takes off, they're going to have songs, because all these artists that I work with like that, they all collaborate with each other and stuff like that. So then it'll be like, oh, I'm into, I found about this, Luke Yetton or whatever from Boston. And then, oh, he's got this song with this chick Fame. Who's that? He's got this song with this dude, Logic Q. And then they all go.
And then he appeared on the Adam Lou podcast.
Yeah. And they were on this dude, Adam Lou's awesome podcast. The second best podcast in Boston.
Whoa. Watch it. I'm upset you mentioned that again. Oh my God. Folks, back on. We're cutting that part out, folks. Okay, that part's gonna come out. We're gonna dub over the number one. You're gonna say number one. Okay, we're gonna dub that over. Okay,
this is somebody else's voice.
Okay, but anyways, thank you. No, I think that's a very interesting concept, and I do hope. Who do you think, like, of the artists, if you're comfortable answering, like, who do you think has a good chance of becoming that artist that blows up and helps out the whole scene and everything?
Out of the art, like the people that I work with?
Yeah. That's a tough one.
It's a tough choice.
I know.
I mean, Last Days is a guy that I work with a ton, and he's right there.
Yeah.
He's always with Benny the Butcher and, touring with them. And so that could happen kind of any day, I feel like. Some of the guys that aren't as advanced in their career that I feel like have started. I mean, I've always thought the Lay and all the OTA guys, Only Thread Alive, have a ton of commercial potential. Their music is very catchy and good like that. Definitely think Luke has got potential. And then Fame too, of course. And Logic Q, is another guy. And Luke, I mean, it's really hard for me to pick, man.
No, I got you. I got you.
Because like all of them, I think, have a shot at it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of up to chance who pops off.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't really be working with them on that level if I didn't think they had a chance.
So do you think I have a potential in this rap career? Do you think I have bars?
I mean, I never heard you spit, man.
Wow. I think I do, bro. Like, I think I have the natural charisma, bro. Like, No, I don't have bars. Spoiler alert. I don't have bars. But anyways, okay. Enough goofing around, okay, folks. What got you into like making beats, making music, and like founding High Street in the first place? Like, what was the inspiration?
Well, yeah, I mean, like I said, I was always a drummer. I got the drum
Yeah.
When I was a kid, my brother got a guitar, so we just always played together in bands and shit like that.
Yeah.
And
shout out to your brother, by the way. He was in Spain. He was posting all over Instagram. I'm like,
that was my brother James. Yeah.
So different brother.
Yeah, I have 3 brothers.
Oh, okay. Okay, I got
one
you.
lives in Spain, Max, and then my brother that got the guitar is Alex. He's the best guitarist in the world.
Oh, okay.
And the best musician I know. So early in my band days, right, I got into some engineering, trying to figure out how to record ourselves. Which we did, and also started messing with like a beat making machine. I wanted to like involve electronic elements in the music.
Yeah.
So that was kind of, and I always loved rap music. Like I liked rap music first when I was a kid.
Okay.
And since then I was like half metal, half rap.
Okay. Okay. I see.
And and so I was messing with it then, and then I had kids and shit like that, and kind of put all music like mostly on the back burner. But it was always kind of in my head, like, man, I should be doing that. I should be doing that. I should be doing that.
Okay.
Had a whole career in IT.
Okay. Oh wow.
Which is it's a great job, but like it's just not. I don't have any passion for it.
Boring. Yeah.
And so about like 5-6 years ago, I made a real conscious decision to like just go for it.
Yeah.
And just do like really, really, really try to do what I love.
Yeah.
And at this point, like I'm not so interested in performing anymore and playing drums in bands and stuff like that. We have a project called Cherub Bones, me and my brothers. It's like a heavy rock band. But
really?
Yeah, we just mostly just release music, and we haven't performed or anything like that. But anyways, I decided to go for it, and that meant like making beats, because I love rap and I really enjoy making beats. And I like to be able to record and make the songs myself, so engineering comes naturally there. I just wanted to become a producer.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So what? And then what do you think? You've been involved in the Boston music scene right? Am I like you've been in this area for a while? So
yeah.
So like, what do you think of the scene in general? What are the problems with it? Why hasn't it popped off? And like, what do you see for it going forward?
So I mean, I think there's a ton of potential. I think that there's a ton of talent. I think that one of the reasons why it hasn't popped off, I mean, I think the main reason really is that we, like, as far as hip hop goes, at least, like, we haven't created a real clear sound yet.
Okay.
Where you can hear a song and say, that's a Boston song.
Mm.
Every other city that is a name city in music, you can pick their songs out, right? You've got like this whole New York drill sound.
Yeah.
You've got trap coming out of Atlanta in the South, right?
Yeah.
And then you've got like the West Coast rap.
Yeah.
And if you look at rock, you've got like grunge music in Seattle. You know what I mean? Like, so something needs to come from Boston where you can hear it and know that it's from here.
Ah.
And it'll probably require some artist or some group of artists to really, carry that sound forward. But it's up to the producers to create it because we make the beats, and that's basically what the sound is. You know what I mean?
So we need to be more different. Was what you're saying?
Yeah, something like that. I think one of the things I see a lot is that people here emulate the sounds of other cities.
Yeah,
and it becomes this big melting pot of like all the different cities,
which
is kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's one of the things. I think, what people talk about a lot is like all of the, the competition between different groups or factions. Definitely, there's a lot of drama between neighborhoods and blocks and shit like that. That really fucks things up. It's a very small city, so people are pretty close in distance to each other, and that have major conflict with each other. And that can fuck things up a lot.
Like the politics is basically what you're saying.
Yeah, politics and street stuff, you know what I mean? Like there's people that are both very, very good, but like they can't work together on a song because, I mean, that happens in any city, I guess, but because like his friend killed his friend or whatever, shit like that.
Yeah.
So it's really fucked up, ugly stuff, and then, but I think that the really the main thing is that just for whatever reason, I'm not quite even sure why yet, but like there just hasn't been like a hip hop scene really created here that like fans seem to gravitate towards to a lot that I've seen at least. I mean, I guess there's some of it, but
what do you mean? I don't
know. It just seems like most shows I go to, it's just like
just artists.
It's just the artists and their friends that they drag.
Not wrong.
You know what I mean? Like, and there's not just people going like, I want to go see a hip hop show tonight in Boston. Like, there's definitely like the Van Buren shows are pretty packed, and Millie's shows are obviously packed and stuff like that. But yeah, it's and it. It seems like people go to like to go to nightclubs here a lot more than going out to like hip hop shows and stuff like that. There's so many college kids here. I would think that there would be more of a scene available. So I don't know if it just hasn't been tapped into in the right way, or
maybe marketed wrong. Something like, I don't know. Yeah. But you're right. Like at the shows, like there are just a lot of artists there, and then their friends. And it's like, you know, if you're performing, you want to perform in front of like a new crowd, you know, like, you know, it's like, because your target audience isn't artists. You know, we respect what you're doing, but like you got to.
I'm not going to go stream your CD all day.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like I have my own shit to stream, stuff like that, you know?
Right.
So you're right about that. Okay, right. Interesting. Well, you know, I think that you know, we'll end the formal questions on there, but I do want to have a couple more fun ones after. But yeah, where can people find you on social media? Just plug yourself one last time.
Oh yeah, it's Real Dallas Rose at Real Dallas Rose on Instagram. At Get On High Street is the High Street account. At the podcast, the A is a V.
Yep.
DallasRoseBeats.com. GetOnHighStreet.com. YouTube/ I think it's on High Street.
Yep. And wait. And one last, what's your prediction? How many views is this getting on the YouTube?
How many views is this getting?
Yeah, this podcast, how many views is this getting?
This one might go crazy viral, dude.
How crazy viral? Give me a number.
Might touch an M, dude.
All right. Oh, that's a guarantee. This is the one. That's a guarantee. Okay, we're not cutting that part out. We're quoting you on that one. All right, we're getting 5 million views, folks, by when this gets out. Okay,
that's right.
That's a guarantee.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. And they can follow me at AdamLou22, AML Creative 2021, AML-creative.com. And yeah, Dallas Rose, thank you. We're gonna have more fun questions, but I'll end the record. I'll end this part, and then we'll segue to the next part. Okay.
Cool. Sounds good.
And then yeah. Okay. Let's go. Bye. I'm not just a boring podcaster, you know, whatever. But anyways, Dallas, you're a Celtics fan. What'd you think? You know, Game 5 we fucking collapsed, and I was like rock bottom. You know, I thought Drew Holiday like blocked Marcus Smart. Everyone was making
so embarrassing.
Everyone was making fun of us on Twitter.
Yeah, I gave up hope on the Celtics after that Game 5 until at least for like a day. And then I was thinking about, I was like, you know what? I think they're gonna win Game 6.
Yeah,
they're gonna go win that game.
Tatum 46, baby.
Yeah. And then it's Game 7 in Boston.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And you saw what happened.
Tough place to win, unless you're LeBron James, and Giannis isn't LeBron yet.
Yeah, LeBron couldn't always win here.
He lost 2 dozen. You're right. You're right.
No, that was fantastic yesterday, man. I was pumped.
Yeah, no, and wait, I had something to say. Oh my goodness. Oh no, this is the team this year. I think this team's pretty special.
I've been saying this is the year. This is the year Tatum ascends. He becomes the guy that we've been waiting for him to be. Yeah, and we get it this year.
And Brown's good. Brown's like very good, very consistent. Like the rest of the guys are very good. Like they're all gelling at the right time. The defense is awesome. Like I probably couldn't score on them. Well.
No,
I don't think so. No. Like a 5'7" Asian guy, you know. Giannis Antetokounmpo had his trouble, so I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could score on them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so first question. What are your 3? You know, what are your 3 favorite rappers of all time?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay. I also have so much trouble with this type of question. Big L is up there.
Okay.
I really like him. Definitely died too soon.
R.I.P.
And from reasons bigger than rap, I suppose. But favorite rappers of all time. Shit. Who else?
Take your time.
You know, I gotta say Drake. I slept on Drake for like forever.
It's Drake
until like the last year, and I started really paying attention and being like, Jesus Christ, this guy.
Okay.
You know, late to the party.
So Drake over Kanye, in your opinion?
I'm not a big fan of Kanye's rapping at all, bro. At all.
Damn.
He's a really good producer.
Damn.
But I think his voice sucks.
Damn.
And
oh my God.
His delivery is like.
Oh my God.
So I don't know.
Oh my God.
The other favorite.
Oh my God! Shit. Can't believe you said that.
Who are the other top guys? I'm trying to think here.
You're offending me.
Eminem
now.
is. I like somebody like. I feel like Eminem is like the best rapper ever.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
As far as like technically the best.
Okay.
You know, he's unbelievable.
Okay. I don't think he's aged that well. You know what? I'm gonna go on a little.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of artists. You know, and I don't know my music as well as you guys. You know, I interview a lot of artists and people who make beats, stuff like that. You know. And they asked me for feedback on their work, and like if I just don't like the song, like I don't know what to tell them. Like I'm like I just don't want to listen to it again. But like I don't want to say that to them. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to be like, I don't want to listen. I want to give them constructive criticism, but it's just so hard for me to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that's when you can just pick something that you do like about it and be like, I like that part where you did this.
Okay, just say that, and then maybe say you can improve on a part.
If they're asking what you can improve.
Yeah, if they're asking, because I don't want to offend them, stuff like that. Yeah.
I typically don't give any criticism unless somebody asks for it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, but that was a little tangent. Who's number 3? God,
there's been so many.
Jay-Z?
Jay-Z's awesome. Yeah, I was huge into him for a while for sure.
Biggie?
I mean, I like Biggie a lot. I was never crazy. I never owned his albums or anything.
Okay.
Nas, I was insanely into for a while.
Yeah.
I don't like any of his newer stuff.
Yeah, the first album was really good, but then the next others weren't very good. Yikes.
God, I don't even know, man. Like, there's just so many different.
Up in the air.
I'm like I have very few, like, I'm so bad with favorites and shit.
Yeah,
you know,
I
like
got
if
you.
you're gonna ask me my favorite movie, I'm like, just because there's just like this
No,
whole
it's a tough
world
question.
of shit that I like in different ways, and you know, there's so many new guys that I'm really into what they're doing and stuff.
That was my next question.
Yeah, favorite movie.
Yeah.
So I really love, like, as a movies, I really love Star Wars.
Star Wars.
You know, like those have always been like my favorite shit.
Okay.
But I think the best movies are basically like the Chris Nolan movies.
Any of them?
Yeah. The Batmans, Inception.
Those are nice.
Fucking,
those are nice.
The World War II one.
Dunkirk.
Dunkirk was crazy.
My God.
Tenet was insane.
Oh my God.
Like, those are what I go to the movies for. That's what I go to the movies for.
No, those are gorgeous. He shoots those on film.
That's so cool.
And it's so that's money. Like, we can't do that. Like, that's millions of dollars right there. But no, those are gorgeous. Yeah. And I like that film style. You know, you ever see like those pictures where, like, you know, it's different with the film camera versus like a digital. The digital camera is really nice, but I think sometimes that film looks better. It just looks more like, I don't know.
It's sort of like, you know, the debate of like analog versus digital and audio.
Yeah.
There's just kind of a thing to it, quality to it, where it's like it's real. There's no pixels. It's real.
It like brings you back, right? It's like feels like a memory.
Yeah. We're like, people like enjoy like analog noise in recordings and stuff like that because we're used to it. You know, it's almost like a comfort thing.
Okay, interesting. So you like the Nolan movies, and you like Star Wars. And what do you like about Star Wars? Like, you just like which ones? The original ones, or are you talking?
Yeah, those are my favorites. You know, those are from when I was a kid, and like, you know, it was just magic.
I got you.
With Luke Skywalker and everything like that. You know?
Also, were you like? Did you go to the movies? Like, were you like alive when those like came out?
I think I saw Return of the Jedi in the theater.
Oh dang! So that's a big inspiration for me as a filmmaker too, because I like how they brought people to the movies. Like, it was like that effect, you know. Even like when the new ones came out, it had that, like, everyone was talking about it. It had that like magical effect on everyone. Yeah. Even though they weren't very good.
The first new one I thought was awesome.
Okay.
And then the second two kind of progressively fell off.
Yeah.
I really didn't like the fucking Emperor thing with Rey in the third one.
You know what I found out? I kind of grew. You know, the writing was never like that good for Star Wars. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was never like a complicated plot. It was never like supposed to like.
Nah.
It was never a Christopher Nolan like a Tenet movie.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be campy. It's fun. Like, there's R2-D2. There's like Jar Jar Binks and stuff like that. So that's what it is. I think people had too high of expectations for the new one. They didn't really know what Star Wars was. It's just like supposed to be like fun. You know what I'm saying? The special effects are supposed to be cool.
Yeah, I mean, I just the Emperor thing really got me, because then that means that Vader didn't even kill the Emperor in the end of Return of the Jedi, which was so fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And I didn't like the way they went with that. I thought that was bad.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, they had a different writer. I think they had like a different writer for 5, and they brought the same one back for 6. So there was like the lack of continuity or something like that.
Yeah, there was some weird shit like that.
Yeah, weird. Anyways, okay, what's your favorite three favorite TV shows?
Let's see. Probably got to throw The Wire in there.
Oh yeah, that's a good choice. Favorite character from The Wire? I'm gonna say Marlo Stanfield's mine. I liked he was cold.
Yeah, I think Marlo was mine. I liked Avon Barksdale a lot too. But yeah, Marlo was like the younger dude that was like, he came in like season 3 or 4 or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
he was just ruthless. Like, he was
awesome.
He was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while since I watched that show.
Okay, I got you.
I think Marlo was my guy.
Okay. And Barksdale. Yeah, Barksdale's cool.
Yeah.
Word.
Fucking. I never. So like Lost like I was pretty disappointed in the way they ended it.
I heard they ended that bad too. I never watched it, but I heard they ended it bad. Yeah.
Oh yeah. But I mean, man, while that show was on, that was so awesome.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
It was. I was so into it. You know, reading theories on the internet all day, and everything like that.
I love it when a show does that. Game of Thrones had that effect on me.
That's the other one. Thrones, yeah.
But they also ended that one very poor.
It was okay. It was like it was a letdown. What was the thing in the very end of that where like there's some thing with Jon Snow that I didn't like or something like that, but
how they just let him go, you mean, or like
something I don't remember. It was some specific like with the dragon or some shit. But anyways, I thought that they rushed that last season.
Yep, they did.
There were some weird moves that didn't really make the whole thing pay off.
Yeah.
But that show was fucking
sick, was man. The first 5 bro, like you could read into like for hours, bro.
Yeah.
That was fun. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I definitely want to write a TV show like that one day. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be cool.
That'd be awesome, right?
Yeah.
No, I remember I said that to you. You were doing the interviews for the DJL Sid listening party, the first one.
Yeah.
And you gave me like this look like this fucking kid is insane, bro. Bro, we're gonna replay that back, by the way. We're gonna replay that back.
Nice, yeah.
But yeah, that was fun. That was a good moment. But okay, 3 favorite restaurants in the area.
Oh man, I'm terrible at this too because I don't even go out to eat much anymore.
Oh damn.
Like in Boston.
In Boston. No, okay. You know what? We can expand. If you have any in like any other part of the country, shout it out, man. Like I'm a traveler. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Best steak I've ever had, aside from my own. Or this is actually even better.
Oh, you make a really good steak, what you're saying.
I think it's the best steak in the world, yeah.
Really?
The only one that rivals it was this steak I had in Chicago at this place called Bavette's.
Okay.
It's like a fancy steakhouse there.
Bavette's?
Yeah, Bavette's, yeah.
Okay. We're going to look that next time the Adam Lou show goes to Chicago. We're going to interview Kanye West and we're going to go to Bavette's.
There you go, dude. Get yourself a ribeye and a Caesar salad.
And a Caesar, that's very specific.
That's very what I got. And it was also like the best fucking Caesar.
So
like,
should I tell them? Should I tell them I'm getting the Dallas Rose order? They'd be like, "Oh yeah, oh yeah." They're like, "Oh yeah."
There one time. Damn, dude, I don't even know favorite restaurants. I don't have any. I don't have any in Boston these days. I just have like places that I used to go to, so it's like not good info.
So you said you make the best steak in the world.
Yeah.
Damn. When am I gonna? The Adam Lou show needs to like try this steak.
So I mean, I'm sure I'll be making it at some point this summer. If you come for the Thanksgiving episode of the podcast, I always make it.
Oh,
because we do a special where we go downstairs in the kitchen and do the episode from there.
That's pretty cool.
We have a feast, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So there's that for you in November. You're definitely invited.
Okay.
But yeah, hopefully sometime this summer.
Okay. Okay. We'll give a review. We went to Brickstone. Did you see that? We went to Brickstone Pizza where Hike works.
Oh, that's awesome.
And we reviewed the food. No, their food's very good too.
Yeah. Nice.
It's an operation. Please sponsor me, by the way. On Hike. And I'm definitely not doing this for your sponsorship, by the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I liked it.
Shout out Brickstone Pizza.
Shout out to Brickstone Pizza.
Yeah.
Shout out to Hike, another goat. He works with you, right?
Yep.
Yeah, hell yeah. Okay, I did my research, folks. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay, come on. Okay, top 3 places you want to travel.
Ooh, probably like Tokyo.
Oh yeah, you haven't been there?
I've never been anywhere in Asia.
Me neither. Yeah,
never been anywhere in Asia. What else? I'd probably like to go to Hawaii just because it's always looks so awesome. And it's like,
it's beautiful there.
It's the name place, you know.
I went there for a wedding. Oh,
yeah, gorgeous. Hawaii or like some other like really cool tropical island that I'm not thinking of, like Fiji or some weird shit. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Fiji.
And then
no, I think that's one. Yeah.
Maybe like I'd like to see the rainforest, that kind of thing.
Oh, like Brazil, like the Amazon?
Yeah, something wild like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh man. Oh, that'd be a wild trip.
Yeah.
You'd have to have like a guide or something.
Probably, yeah.
You know, remember that story? Like I think Teddy Roosevelt like exploded the Amazon and he almost died. Like that.
I think I did hear something about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, he was a tough guy. So you'd have to.
Yeah, but it's also that was 1930 or whatever. Like they were, vehicles made of wood.
That is true. Right. That is true. You're saying you're tougher than Teddy. Okay.
I'm saying our technology is better now. We have antibiotics everywhere.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Okay. So Brazil, We have Brazil.
Brazil would be cool. Yeah, I love jiu-jitsu too, so I'd like to go down there.
Oh, you do? Training. Okay. Yeah. And where have you been? Where have you traveled?
I've been to France a couple of times. I've been to Spain. I've been to Switzerland.
You said you had a brother who lived in Spain, right?
So I went to visit him there once.
Which part of Spain do you know?
Granada, Spain. It's
the south. Yeah. See, I studied in Spain for a couple months, so I liked it, but I never got to visit the south. I just saw Barcelona, Madrid. No, I saw the north and all that, but I never got to visit the south because COVID cut it short. Shout out to COVID. And, yeah. But no, Spain's beautiful.
Yeah, it's dope.
Country.
Been to the Caribbean islands a little bit. We got to go to Russia once, which was really cool.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was for work. I went to St. Petersburg.
Would you ever do like an episode? Right now that'd be a interesting episode if you traveled to Russia.
Yeah, I don't know if it would be broadcast here. That'd be wild, right?
You would definitely go viral though. Yeah. I mean that's the goal, right?
Podcast live in Russia. That'd be wild.
I think we'd have everybody tuning in. I mean, I would tune in for sure. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if the leader would let you though. So I don't know. You'd end up on CNN. Your face would end up on CNN and stuff like that. Yeah. You don't want that. You don't want that, folks. Right. Okay. So you've been to Russia.
Yep.
Okay. Where else?
That's about it, I think.
Okay.
Never been to England. I'd really like to go to London too.
Yeah. London's beautiful. I've been there. Yeah. No, I mess with it.
I think it'd be cool to go to another country like where they also speak English.
Okay.
Because I don't speak any other languages, so I go to these places and I'm just like, do you speak English? You know, like typical American dickhead.
Yo, that's how it is for us. In France it's like that, right? That's what I hear. You've said you've been there a couple of times. Aren't they like real? They're like
not so bad, you know.
Oh,
no, I didn't encounter too many dickheads really. I feel like that's kind of a stereotype. And also I think like it depends on how you act. Like if you just go up and be like, hey, where is this thing? And then they're gonna be like, whoa. Like, but if you're like, hey, like I don't speak any French, like can you help? Then they're like, oh, they want to help you out.
So if it's more like out of like respect or something, like if you just,
I think you gotta try to like show that you understand that you're like placing a burden on them. You know, by speaking English. Right? Because imagine somebody just walks up and you start speaking French, and
you're right.
Like, acting like you're supposed to know what they're saying. That's annoying.
You're right.
That's annoying. But if they're like, hey, can you help? I don't really speak, and then you're like, oh, I'll help you out.
No, that makes sense. Okay, no, I got you. That'd be fun. We speak English, so it's like we're just kind of privileged that way.
I mean, I think everybody should just learn English in the world. Like, we're pretty close, anyways.
We might have to cut that part out, Dallas. In our climate nowadays, you know.
Yeah, where's my MAGA hat?
So we really are going for 1 million views, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, last question.
Okay.
And you have to answer this one right. Like there's no right or wrong answer. It's like you top 3 favorite podcasters.
Chris D'Elia.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. Keep going.
Adam Little.
Okay, correct.
And Fame Jackson.
Okay, you didn't even put yourself on there. Damn. I'm over Fame. Wow. Okay, folks, I'm over Fame Jackson.
That wasn't in order.
Okay.
That wasn't in order.
Oh,
that was just the 3.
Okay. Replace
you
me.
at home can decide on the order.
Okay, replace me. Who really is? Who really? Chris D'Elia.
I mean, I'll probably put Rogan in there. I don't
like
listen
Rogan?
to him that much, but I've always been a fan of his show. I'm a huge fan of him.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Oh, Sam Harris has an excellent podcast.
Oh yeah, I know Sam. Sam Harris. Yeah. See, like that whole Joe Rogan, that whole crowd, like they're very intellectual. They're like open-minded, I guess.
Yeah. Sam Harris is like not a comedy show at all. Like he's super serious about shit, but he's really insightful and interesting. He has really cool takes on stuff. Chris D'Elia is the funniest motherfucker I've ever seen on podcasts. Yep. And then I really like Brian Callen a lot too.
Oh, I don't know him. Okay.
He's another comedian. Like they're all like him, Chris D'Elia, and Rogan. They're all in that same LA comedy circle.
Okay.
That they all started podcasts.
Didn't Joe move to like Texas?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Okay. Some of that COVID shit's a little weird, but whatever. Hey, don't touch it. Don't touch it. Hey, don't touch it, Adam. Don't touch it.
This episode will get censored.
Yo, I've noticed Instagram stuff like that. Like some of the freestyles the artists do. I know you didn't freestyle today because you're not that type. But
I'm
like
retired.
Yeah, but sometimes when they use like bad language and stuff like that, I don't know. Like Instagram kind of ranks me down a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
And I don't even notice like the bad language, but then like I remember Syfe did a freestyle. He mentioned like the word vaccine. He didn't even say anything bad about them, and then they had the COVID vaccine warning on and stuff like that.
Dude, so. One time Luke put a video on his story. You know how it like cuts up the video?
Yeah.
In 15 seconds. The part that he talked about vaccines or COVID or whatever, Instagram just took it out.
Took it out?
Yeah, and so like the story like went, and then skipped that part and went to the next part.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
So crazy.
How did they have that? So it just found that word.
It just picked it up and yanked it from the story.
Okay, what do you think of all this censorship stuff? Do you think it goes too far and stuff like that?
I think it's terrible.
Yeah.
I think it's terrible. You know, I think that it's just babysitting people. You know, like if we don't want to hear something, we can turn it off. Like we don't have to have it blocked from the airwaves. You know.
Yeah, I got you.
There's definitely certain cases where it becomes dangerous to society or whatever type stuff. And but no, I mean, when it comes to content, you know, and people just voicing their opinions and stuff like that, I think you got to just let it fly.
Yeah, and they have a lot of power over us. Yeah, like Instagram and like literally businesses are made over Instagram. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally. I mean, and you know, it's kind of like the workaround for to get around like the free speech amendment.
Yeah,
you know, that we never saw coming, right? Because like the government's not controlling our speech. But now these companies are.
Yeah, exactly.
And it really is like the public square in most ways. You know, if you get kicked off Twitter, that's it.
Yeah, you're right.
You know,
and someone very major did get kicked off Twitter, by the way, and that had a huge effect on the country. So it's a very interesting conversation. I do think like. You know, I think Congress will regulate them, but they're always too slow to do that because, you know, they're the government. But yeah, shout out to them. And hopefully they don't censor that, by the way. But they're probably too slow to do that, so don't worry. But so I will say, like, I had my issue with, I won't go too into detail, but I had my issue once, like, with someone and it was like defamation, racist, hateful stuff. I reported it to YouTube.
Yeah.
Did nothing about it. Nothing. So that's why I'm skeptical. Like they look at the major cases, but like when it's actually like a case that when they could help someone minor stuff like that.
It seems like they're trying to guide things towards their opinion too much, you know, which is kind of gross. Yeah,
right. It's dangerous, and it's like they're these huge companies. You know, it's scary times, but you know, it's.
I mean, I think social media is essentially ruining the world right now.
Oh yeah.
You know? Yeah, because the algorithms just play on the worst sides of us.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. No, I'm on Instagram a lot, and just like the red, like you see that red message thing, I'm like, oh, is that a client? Is that someone who like, you know how it is, right?
Yeah.
So
something's got to happen.
Yeah.
They have to, because like what we have to do is regulate them so that they can't sell our attention.
Yeah.
Right, because we're not the customers of social media.
Yeah. Oh, we're
the product.
Yeah.
You know, our attention is the product.
Yeah.
So like we have to change that so that the like instead of, you know, it being ad funded or whatever, which is going to drive them to create these algorithms that get us to stay on the app for as long as they can make us. It's got to be something else, like subscription based or something like that.
Yeah, and there needs to be regulation to make it less addictive, right? Like how they did like.
Well, that's what it would need to be. I think is they have to change it so that, because like it's addictive because they make it that way. On purpose. So that we use it for longer and see more ads.
Ah, I see. Yeah. So you're saying change the business model so it's subscription and like to make it so addictive is not addicting's not like the business model.
And the thing that is the most addictive is stuff that makes you upset.
Ah, right? Yeah.
Like
sure.
you get much more hooked on that than like you know, oh, I agree with that.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Nice.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, fuck that shit. Like,
you're right.
This idiot. Like, you check back on that all day.
Like, I bet if we debated or something, if I went at you all podcast, that'd probably get more views.
Oh, the best, the best is when there's a fight on the podcast and shit like that. I love when Fame and somebody starts going at it.
Yeah, that's happened a couple of times to you.
We've had one walk off. Yeah, we've had,
I did see that.
Had a few little spats. You know, yeah.
I need that. I need some haters. I need some more haters, by the way. And you know what I need? I need a couple of stalkers out there. Okay, you know, if you're out there, I'm hiring. By the way, $50 an hour to
stalk you. Oh, that's my fucking stalker again. Damn.
You ever see the Scott Pilgrim versus the World movie? That movie? Okay.
I know it, but
they have like a band, and they're an up and coming band, like a lot of artists were having. One of the guys like, oh, we need stalkers. We need stalkers. So I always think of that moment when I'm like, you know, but yeah, no, all this attention, all this social media, you know, we as artists, we rely on it a lot, but it's very like toxic. We need to be careful in how we use it, and we need to use it the right way. There's are ways that it can help us, but yeah, it's very addicting, and we just need to be careful. That's all, right? Yeah, right.
It shapes our opinions.
100%.
The algorithm shapes our opinions.
100%. And it shapes what we see and stuff like that. You know, it's crazy. But
I mean, you look around and you're like, why is everybody so crazy?
Yeah.
You know,
you're right.
Like, oh, that's why.
Yeah.
You know? And a lot of it is driven by fucking, you know, intentional actors that are really like, you know, Russian bots, Chinese bots, wherever it's coming from, that they put this stuff on there to separate us.
I
mean, that's like weird conspiracy theory shit, which I don't get too crazy about. But I think that there's got to be some of that going on.
No, 100%.
It's like, I look at it like this: like, if that was their plan, it's working.
Yeah, no, 100%.
You know?
I got you.
It's working.
No, our country is definitely very divided, but also like
the whole world is.
The whole world is, but like, you know, if you look around, if you go off social media, look around, like people, you know, like we get along, like people get along. It's just like, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, then there's also like huge protests and riots everywhere, and people storming the Capitol, and you know, shootings all the time. Shit, like
recently too.
Fucking crazy.
That was horrible.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Like there was this video that Joe Rogan talked about from the '90s of this former KGB agent that was getting interviewed. It's wild, and he's just on this talk show and he's talking about like the Russian intelligence, like how they plan to take down a capitalist society like America.
Yeah.
And it's this whole drawn out thing of like starting by like lessening. You should check it out. But it's starting by like lessening like the faith that people have in their leaders.
Yep, well,
and then it gets into, and he basically just laid out everything that's happened to America over the last 20, 40, 60 years.
So it's all part of their plan to like take down our republic, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Oh,
And it's instead of like going to war or just fighting, like they have these fucking crafty, sneaky ways, you know.
Because they can't beat us militarily, but they could beat us on other fronts.
Beat us from the inside.
Yeah. Well, it's working. We get along though, right?
No, yeah, man. Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
I'm not volunteering for no draft though. Okay. That's getting cut out.
You don't volunteer for the draft.
Oh yeah. I'm not getting drafted. I'm fleeing to Canada, folks, okay? I'm going to Tokyo, okay? Let that be known. Podcasters don't fight, right? Yeah. See, Francina agrees with me, right? I can't fight, okay? I'm too skinny, okay? I can't do it. I'd die in 2 seconds, bro.
Just go Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, man.
Oh, I'd die in 5 seconds.
No way.
It
was made by small guys. It's for that.
Dude, a sniper's shooting me right in the head, okay?
Well,
no Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Sniper, yeah.
Yeah, no Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is going to protect me from that. All right, Dallas, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
We had a good discussion, and thank you, bro. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming down. I know it was a long drive, but I always appreciate it. And also, and #1 podcast in Boston, the Adam Lou Show. The second one is the podcast, by the way.
Podcast live on YouTube every Wednesday night.
Yep, #2, right?
Number 1, 2. Yeah.
Okay, we'll cut that part out. I always say I cut it out, but then I never do, by the way. But Dallas, actually, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thank you, man.
All right, cool. All right. Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
Dallas, thank you for coming on. You're a great guest.
Yeah, no problem, man. Thanks for having me.
We have the best podcast in the country.
I mean, if you say so.
Yeah. What is that supposed to mean? What is that? Whoa.
It was a great show.
I think you beat me. I'm not gonna lie. I think you'd win. You're a little bit taller.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But
yeah, the tattoos I think would make you. But thank you for coming on, bro.
Yeah, no doubt. Thanks for having me.
No worries.
I'll see you.
All right, bye. Bye.